What up, guys? Monarch Synchro here. Bringing you again deck of the month. Well, not deck of the month, but just a new version of the deck that I posted a couple days ago, which was Agents. I took the last build to locals and I play tested against like all the decks there. As I expected, Agents was the most popular. There was like about 5 or 6 of them out of like 32 people. The rest were like pretty diverse. There's like 2 GBs maybe, and heroes. What else was there? I think that's all I can think of. Lightsworn, worms. There was like 2 or 3 worms. Gadgets, Machina gadgets. But as far as I can see, the last deck was a little inconsistent. I was drawing kind of bad, so I lost to the mirror match. But to be honest, like the worst matchup for this deck is definitely it's a tie between GBs and Machina gadgets, just because sometimes you have to leave your Earth unprotected, just summon it, get the search, and leave it there. And like you're obviously gonna want to just set one back row if you don't do your Starlight Road. And GBs are able to just go MST, summon monster, attack over. And if you don't have like an honest, like it's an instant tag out for them. So they can pretty much lock you out if they keep RTRing your stuff. But and also gadgets, they run triple smashing and they run the fortress, and the fortress is a big problem for this deck just because most of the stuff targets, like Blackluster Soldier targets it, that targets it, so you're gonna lose your monster or one card in your hand most of the time when you're trying to deal with it. So it's also a big minus. Not to mention they have Smashing Grounds, which keeps getting rid of your boss monsters and your synchros and your exceeds, and they just keep summoning monsters. And if you don't draw anything, like they're just gonna beat you down pretty fast. So, and also the mirror match, like it depends on who goes first and who gets their stuff going. But other than that, those were the worst matchups. So yeah, let me show you guys version 2.0, I would like to call it. Let's get started. You still run BLS. Last version I was running Gores, but I don't really like it that much anymore, just because most of the time you're gonna have field presence with this deck, just because you might have a Hyperion or a Stardust. You might have a Venus with a Gachi, so it might take a while for the Gores to get on the field. 3 Hyperion, I mean, to be honest, that's staple in my opinion. You shouldn't be running less than 3. It's too good of a card. I was running 2 Christia. 1 is good enough for me now. I was dead drawing 2 too much, and I realized that once you drop Christia by its effect or by any other way, like you're committing a lot to the field, because once they start getting rid of it, you're gonna have to keep putting it on top of your deck unless they bottomless it or deprison it or something like that. But other than that, like if they keep killing it, like they can lock you out pretty hard, because like I said, it keeps going to the top of your deck and you're not gonna be drawing for like at least the turn that they kill it, so that can set you back a lot. So I think 1 Christia is good enough. 3 Earth and 2 Venus, that's the same, and 3 Shine Balls. These are not Doom Cows. These are tour guides. Just proxying them because I don't have them right now, but I feel like this deck needs Tour Guide to be just a little bit faster, because BLS it needs to go live, and usually like if they're Doom Cows, they're gonna take a while, and sometimes they contradict. Like if you have this and you want to use Hyperion's effect, you can't, because that's gonna kill your monster. So obviously I think Tour Guide's just better, not to mention that it creates more combos with Leviair, and just gives you a 2500 beat stick with the Leviathan. So, and I'm running 2 Herald of Orange Light instead of 2 Effect Veilers. I'm giving this a try. I'm not too sure about this. Like I wouldn't run 3. I know it's a -1, just like Veiler, but at the same time I realized that it has a little bit more synergy, just because like it's a fairy, and it just creates more food for like the Hyperion, or maybe if you need to get 2 more light fairies in the grave for Christia, you can do that right away instead of it having to be a Veiler, and obviously Veiler is a spellcaster, so that doesn't do anything. And not to mention that they're tuners, so at worst you're able to synchro with them and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. Honest, obviously, and the Sangan and the Birdman, kind of obvious in my opinion. But tour guide you have to run Sangan. Not to mention that Sangan is like more versatile now because you're able to grab the three Venuses, one of the three Venuses of course, and then one of the two heralds, the Honest or the Birdman. Three pot of dualities is the same. Thins out the deck. It's pretty good. Three MSTs I was running two, but now three. I think it's pretty good. I just against the like the gadget matchup and GB matchup, you need to be able to keep destroying their back row because you don't want to get hit with a chariot or something like that. So I bumped it up to three. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and Book of Moon are staying the same. I added Gold Sarcophagus. This is another card that is pretty good with tour guide because if you're able to, if you have like a tour guide, a Gold Sarco, and a Birdman, it creates a very good combo because you can go Gold Sarcophagus for Venus, play tour guide, get another tour guide, exceed into Levier, send the Levier to get back Venus, and then like pay 1500, and you can instantly get a Stardust, and pretty much control the board from there. So it's not to mention that it thins out the deck by a lot. That's another reason why tour guide is pretty good in this deck, because it thins out the deck and it's able to pretty much let you draw into your spells and traps. That's the only reason why this deck runs so many monsters, because it's able to thin it out. The Venus is thin it out by 3 potentially if you don't draw any of the shine balls. The Earth thins it out by 1, and so is that, and Sangan also thins it out by 1. For the traps, 2 Solemn Warnings, Mirror Force, Torrential, Trap Dust Shoot, Compulse, and Stellar Road are all the same. The only difference is I changed the Mind Crush for a Call of Haunted. Now that you're running Sangan and you're running Herald, you're able to drop Herald and Christia to the grave to negate an effect, and then you can call a Haunted the Christia back. So that's, in my opinion, pretty good. Also, you can ditch the Hyperion and get it back with Call, or if they randomly MST, you can get back the Sangan and get a plus off of it. So I think Call the Haunted is pretty good now in this deck. For the Synchros and the Exceeds, Gachi Gachi, and 2 of the Leviathans, I think if you're gonna play tour guide, you need 2 Leviathans, in my opinion. It just seems pretty good. Levier, of course, creates a lot of crazy combos, especially because you remove a lot with this deck, especially with Hyperion. You keep removing your lights, your light fairies, your Venuses, and that, and you can get them back in synchro and do crazy stuff. Pretty much Catastrophe, these are all the same. I would add another Stardust because obviously you run Starlight Road, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, guys, this is the deck. I'm gonna give it a go, maybe this next locals this Sunday. Hopefully it tests out pretty good. So yeah, just comment, rate, subscribe, let me know what you guys think about the deck, and I'll talk to you guys later.